안녕하세요, 나도메이커입니다. 오늘은 인디케이터 위젯과 게이지, 타임 위젯에 대해 알아볼 건데요. 스톤사의 HMI LCD에 대해 궁금하신 분들은 위 카드 영상 한번 확인해주세요. 그러면 첫 번째 인디케이터 위젯부터 소개하겠습니다.
From the project hierarchy on the left, we can see that the gauge widget already contains the gauge pointer widget. According to the needs, multiple gauge pointers can also be added to each gauge. The gauge pointer widget can also be used independently in the UI project. Let me add the dial-related widgets to the project, and then I will explain these widgets one by one. The round radius of the slider is mainly aimed at its four corners. If it is 0, it will become a right angle and become a standard rectangle. For comparison, let's change it back to 5. Min and max are the minimum and maximum values of the slider widget. The value can be freely defined, but the maximum value must be equal to or greater than the minimum value. Value refers to the default value of the slider widget, which must be between the maximum and minimum values. Step is the step value, that is the minimum incremental amount when dragging the slider. If this value is 5, it means that each time you drag, the minimum increment or decrement is 5. The slider slides horizontally by default, but you can set it to vertical by clicking vertical. The vertical slider can slide up and down. Bar size is the width of the bar, and the user can enter it manually or modify its size by clicking. Similarly, dragger size is the width of the slider, but the slight difference is that the style and size of the dragger are also affected by the icon. Slide with bar indicates whether the slider can be slid by touching the screen. If unchecked, the slider widget can only be modified by instructions. The above is an explanation of the use of the slider widget in the GUI software. Users can also combine corresponding instructions to achieve more effects when designing projects. Next, we will explain the progress bar widget. The round radius here is the same as the round radius of the slider widget. If it is 0, it can be changed to a rectangle. Max is the maximum value of the current progress bar, and value is the default value. Since progress bar displays percentages, value is also displayed as a percentage of the maximum value. When value exceeds the max value, it will automatically be corrected to the same value as max. Then progress bar will also be displayed as 100%. The vertical here is the same as the vertical of the slider widget. The horizontal progress bar can be set to vertical after clicking. Next, we will explain Progress Circle widget, which is the circular progress bar. The value and max value here will be the specific values displayed on the HMI's UI, not the percentage like progress bar. Of course, if you want to display it as a percentage, you can calculate it yourself. Start angle is the starting angle of the widget, and the starting position is 0 degrees in the horizontal direction. It can also be a negative number. Here I have modified the value and start angle of these 3 progress circles for your reference and comparison. Line width represents the width of the circle line, and the value increases from the outside to the inside. Can add characters at unit, which can be displayed after the value to represent the unit. Show text is whether to display the text. If unchecked, it will be hidden together with the unit. Line cap is to select the display type of circle bar, which can be square or round.
여기까지 인디케이터 위젯에 대한 내용이었습니다. 이제부터 게이지, 타임 위젯에 대한 내용을 설명하겠습니다.
Image refers to the background image of the widget. Draw type refers to the display type of the background image. The following is a rough display effect for reference. You can design your own pictures as background images and insert them into UI projects. Gauge pointer. Same with gauge widget. The image here refers to the background image of the widget. Anchor X and Y refer to the coordinate anchor point, based on the widget's W and H. An angle is the tilt angle of the pointer relative to the vertical direction of the anchor point. In addition, the coordinates can also be in pixels. Users can choose according to their needs. Gauge point can also be used alone, but there may be deviations between the coordinate anchor point and the starting position of the tilt angle. Please pay attention to fine-tuning according to the actual display on the screen. Time clock. Center image is the background image of the center point. Users can design their own images for center image. At the same time, users should note that the position of center image is fixed. Dial image is the background image of the dial. Hour image, minute image, second image correspond to the background images of the three hands of the clock. The corresponding anchor XY corresponds to the coordinate anchor point of each pointer. This also supports calculation in pixels. I'll change some data randomly and you can see the effect. If you want to design your own images, please make sure that the image itself matches the anchor points and coordinates. If you set it back to the default setting, you can see that this is a more familiar clock. Next is the digital clock. The main thing to introduce about the digital clock is the format. There are different formats here, which can be arranged and combined in different ways. Users can refer to the explanation in the user manual to customize it. For example, the uppercase Y, M, D and the lowercase h, M, S, W represent the year, month, day, hour, minute, second and week respectively. If you want to display the week in uppercase, you can capitalize W. The time on the digital clock in stone. Designer is displayed based on the computer's own time. Here's the display effect of uppercase W and lowercase w on the digital clock. Tuesday changed from Tuesday to the number 2, and both can exist at the same time. Users can also add spaces and symbols in the format to distinguish between date and time. It is necessary to ensure that the symbols are legal to avoid translation errors during the development process.
오늘은 인디케이터 위젯과 게이지, 타임 위젯에 대해 배워봤습니다. 다음 영상에서는 뷰와 다양한 UI 위젯에 대해 자세히 설명드리도록 하겠습니다. 영상이 유익하셨다면 좋아요와 구독 부탁드리며 사용 중 궁금한 점이나 피드백은 댓글로 남겨주세요. 다음 영상에서 만나요. 안녕.